Hello, I'm Kasia Rejzner. I'm the Director of Admissions for the Department of Mathematics at the University of York. I'm really pleased that you're thinking about joining us. I'd like to give you a brief overview of our postgraduate courses and, along with my colleague Jacco, share a bit more about what we think makes York special. Our MSc in Mathematical Sciences gives you options to specialize in pure maths, applied maths, or statistics. It really depends on your preferences in mathematics and what you're interested in. You can apply your skills to real-life problems like mathematical biology or mathematical physics, or explore pure mathematical concepts, proving theorems and developing abstract ideas.
On the MSc in Mathematical Finance, you'll be applying advanced techniques, mainly from areas like probability theory, stochastic calculus, to issues in financial markets. So for example, you'll be looking at issues like the valuation of financial products, like derivatives, but also portfolio choice. So the question of how investors can design portfolios to best achieve their objectives in the presence of risks over future returns.
All of us are both researchers and teachers, so our teaching is informed by our research. Some of my colleagues, including me, write textbooks, so you'll often be working with the person who wrote the book. We try to keep up to date with all the research developments and make sure that you learn the most recent, the most current stuff. So for instance, soon after gravitational waves were first discovered, my colleagues incorporated it into their modules. Eli Hawkins in general relativity and Chris Fuster in complex analysis and integral transforms. Our students could see the real rough data and the analysis from experts in the subject and could learn it firsthand.
We've got a very good group of mathematical biologists working on epidemiology, so when COVID appeared, for example, very quickly there were interesting discussions going on in the department about the biology of the virus, but also on how to model its spread from a statistical perspective and how to deal with the financial impact. I think that is one of the things about York. It's a very friendly place, it's very sociable, and it's easy to forget what a social endeavour mathematics is, but it is. And a good cup of coffee or tea is very important, that huddling around the blackboard. The importance of that really should not be underestimated.
For me, it's the friendly atmosphere and the relationship between students and professors, which is really good. You can always ask for help or support if you need it. At the moment, I supervise 4 PhD students, which is a very enjoyable part of my job. They're all working on quantum field theory and quantum gravity. One of them is working on problems to try to understand the structure of space-time, so this is really fundamental research. As well as applied mathematics, we have the pure mathematics group with expertise in algebra, geometry, and number theory. There are also experienced statisticians supervising PhD projects in a whole range of subjects.
So in mathematical finance, there's a lot of interesting research going on that has a direct impact on business. For example, we recently had a student who looked at the consequences of transaction costs for portfolio management. Yeah, in our models, we typically assume that markets are frictionless. Of course, that's not true. So the question then is, how do we account for the cost of doing business? Another current student is looking at stochastic models of cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin. I think the nice thing about mathematical finance is that it's not just about the mathematics. There's a component to it that is more economics, more management. And York is quite nice in its flexibility. It allows you to be interdisciplinary.
It's just a very pleasant place to be. York's a beautiful historic city and the campus is green and full of wildlife. The friendliness is the key thing we are proud of and it makes the department what it is. If you'd like to know more, then please do get in touch. We're always happy to chat to potential students and we'd love to discuss your interests and ideas. So thanks for watching and we hope to see you soon.